The Whispering Forest had always been a place of dread in the small town of Ravenswood. The dense, ancient trees loomed like sentinels, their branches twisted and gnarled, casting eerie shadows that danced beneath a pale moon. The townsfolk spoke of the forest in hushed tones, warning of the malevolent spirits that lurked within its depths. But for a group of daring friends, the forest was the perfect setting for a night of adventure. Sarah, David, Lisa, and Michael had grown up in Ravenswood, hearing the ominous tales of the Whispering Forest since childhood. One moonless night, fueled by bravado and curiosity, they decided to venture into the heart of the forest. Armed with flashlights and a sense of invincibility, they set out on a journey that would forever change their lives. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with a chilling mist, and the silence was broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. The friends brushed off their unease, convincing themselves that the forest's reputation was nothing more than superstition. But the forest had other plans. As they stumbled upon an ancient, moss-covered stone circle, they felt an unnatural chill in the air. The circle was adorned with grotesque carvings, and the very ground beneath their feet seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy. It was then that they heard it, the whispering. The whispers were faint at first, like the soft murmur of a distant breeze, but they grew louder and more sinister with each passing moment. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, their flashlights trembling in their hands. The whispers seemed to come from all around them, a cacophony of ghostly voices that spoke in an ancient, incomprehensible tongue. Fear gripped their hearts as they realized they were not alone in the Whispering Forest. Shadows danced at the corners of their vision, and strange, ethereal figures moved through the trees. The friends tried to retrace their steps, but the forest had other plans. The trees shifted and rearranged themselves, forming an impenetrable maze that seemed to stretch endlessly in all directions. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped, the sinister whispers growing louder and more insistent. As they ventured further into the forest's heart, they stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an eerie, greenish light. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient, gnarled tree, its branches stretching out like skeletal fingers. At the base of the tree lay a weathered, leather-bound tome, the Book of Whispers. Compelled by a morbid curiosity, Sarah reached for the book and opened it. The pages were filled with cryptic symbols and incantations, and as she read them aloud, a sense of dread washed over the group. They had unwittingly unleashed a malevolent force that had been bound within the forest for centuries. With each word they spoke, the forest seemed to come alive. The trees contorted and writhed, their branches reaching out to ensnare the friends. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of anguished voices that echoed through the clearing. Desperate to escape, the friends fought back against the encroaching darkness. They recited a counter-incantation they found within the Book of Whispers, hoping to bind the malevolent force once more. But their voices were drowned out by the cacophony of whispers, and the forest's grip on them tightened. Just as all hope seemed lost, a blinding light pierced the darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, radiating an otherworldly aura. It was an old woman, her eyes filled with wisdom and sorrow. With a voice that commanded the attention of the forest itself, she recited a powerful incantation that quelled the whispers and banished the malevolent force back into the Book of Whispers. The forest fell silent, and the trees returned to their natural state. The old woman, the guardian of the Whispering Forest, had saved the friends from a fate worse than death. She warned them never to return to the forest and to keep the Book of Whispers hidden from prying eyes. As they left the Whispering Forest, shaken and forever changed by their ordeal, they couldn't help but wonder about the malevolent force they had encountered and the secrets that lay within the ancient tome. The forest had whispered its warnings, but they had not listened. The Whispering Forest would forever remain a place of dread in their memories, a reminder that some secrets were meant to stay buried in the shadows.